What is the one tip that you would like to give to a NEET aspirant?
It is basically based on the stage student bears when he is preparing for NEET UG. So I would say कि don't judge this exam as a worth of your life. Just study in the pattern of thinking that ठीक है अगर नहीं भी हुआ तो अगले साल हो जाएगा. एक कुंभ का मेला तो नहीं है कि बस जस्ट 12-24 साल से आएगा.
What are your thoughts about AIIMS Nagpur?
AIIMS Nagpur actually is not my first college. I actually have been to the KEM hospital in Mumbai. I have been there for 1.5 months. Later, I got shifted to the AIIMS Nagpur via All India Counseling. I was getting AIIMS in the first round itself, but with consideration of thorough discussion with my family and
Okay. What is the difference between KEM and AIIMS Nagpur?
it basically comes with aura which arrives with Mumbai. It's a financial capital also, and a lot of tourist places are also there. So नाराज हो गए चले गए मरीन बीच अच्छा नहीं लग रहा चले गए जो infrastructure wise AIIMS Nagpur is far better than KEM. The academics in the AIIMS is really better. When the person enters in this area means literally what should say हाथ पैर मार के इंसान निकल ही तो जाता है at the end.
Welcome to Synapse, a brand new podcast series started on my channel. In today's episode, as a guest, I have got one of my juniors from AIIMS Nagpur, Rohit Patil. At the time of this shoot, he is currently in the batch of 2021 in AIIMS Nagpur. He scored an impressive 670 out of 720 marks in the 2021 NEET UG examination and got into AIIMS Nagpur. In this podcast, I have asked him why he left one of the prestigious medical colleges, KEM, which is one of the top medical colleges in Maharashtra, for AIIMS Nagpur. Although AIIMS Nagpur then was much less established. In this podcast, I have also asked him the difference between NEET UG and MBBS. We have also discussed about college life, NEET preparation strategies, extracurricular activities, and much more. I hope you enjoy this podcast. But before starting this podcast, I request all of you guys to consider subscribing to my channel, which will help me grow and bring several other guests for conducting more informative podcasts. I hope you enjoy this podcast, and without any further ado, let's start it. So Rohit, welcome to the podcast. How are you feeling?
Feeling great, sir. Thank you for having me here.
Okay, so let's begin without any further ado.
Yes.
So tell me about your pre-NEET phase. Like, what were your grades in class 8, 9, 10th, and were you an academic student from the beginning itself, or you gained your academic pace after class 10th?
So, sir, I was an academic student from the beginning itself. But along with it, I also focused on some other curriculars as well.
Like?
I used to play cricket. I have represented my school.
At district level, you mean to say?
Not district level, but I have played from my school.
Yeah. And what were your other hobbies? Like only cricket or something else?
So other hobbies such as reading books, या फिर watching web series.
Watching web series. Still before class 11th, you watched web series.
Actually, Stranger Things was the one of the web series.
Which one is your favorite?
Stranger Things itself.
Your Stranger Things. Now it's completed?
Not yet. It's volume 2 is yet to come.
Okay. Season. Hobbies that you gained after coming to the medical college?
So after I have come to the medical college, the main hobby which I pursued here is badminton, which I have started from the scratch.
How was your NEET preparation phase? Like, what was your schedule throughout the day? Take me to the normal day in class 11th or 12th.
So actually, sir, I was in Nanded for my class 11th for my NEET coaching. My day actually usually starts with 8 a.m. in the morning for my classes. It continues till 8 to 12 a.m. in the morning. Then after noon hours, actually we are free for noon hours, and then in the evening 7 to 9 p.m. we have our chemistry classes. Then the remaining time gap we have in between is for our self studies.
And what was the average duration of a day that you studied?
So excluding the classes, average duration of the hours I could have studied is around 5 hours.
5 hours daily.
5 hours daily.
Do you think that, like other people say that 8, 10 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours is required to crack NEET?
It might be required, but it's what I feel is not actually humanly possible for a long duration of period. It's actually my personal.
Have you studied for that long time?
No, never, sir.
Never. You studied for 5 hours daily. So moving on to the next question, what was your favorite subject in class 12th?
Class 12, physics was my favorite.
Physics
subject.
was. How many marks did you score?
Actually, I scored 165 out of 180.
That's a great score.
in physics.
And what was your rank?
Rank, sir, actually I got 670 out of 720, and my rank was all India rank 1682.
You have told me that you have also given JEE, and what was your rank in that?
Sir, rank I will not tell, but yes, I have given 2 attempts of JEE. My percentile in physics and chemistry in both subjects was 99.98. In maths, I actually solved only 2 of the questions.
What are your thoughts about AIIMS Nagpur? Did you got AIIMS Nagpur in the first round itself? You have not told me that.
Okay, so AIIMS Nagpur actually is not my first college. I actually have been to the KEM hospital in Mumbai. I have been there for 1.5 months. Then later I got shifted to the AIIMS Nagpur via All India Counseling.
Okay. From state counseling you got KEM, and
Yes.
from All India Counseling you got AIIMS.
Yes.
You were not getting AIIMS in the first round?
No, I was getting AIIMS in the first round itself, but with consideration of thorough discussion with my family and my
Okay, no problem. And what is the difference between KEM and AIIMS Nagpur?
So actually both the colleges have its own perks. Like in KEM, it basically comes with aura which arrives with Mumbai. It's a financial capital also, and lot of tourist places are also there. So नाराज हो गए चले गए मरीन बीच अच्छा नहीं लग रहा चले गए जू.
Okay.
That kind of things happens over in Mumbai.
This college is far away from the city. Do you miss that feeling?
Actually, I missed it in the first 2 years of the college because vehicles were not allowed for the initial 2 years of our 2021 batch. But later on, the rules now have got changed and vehicles are allowed. So therefore, it not just felt very distant from the city of Nagpur.
And tell me honestly, which one was better? Is KEM better or AIIMS Nagpur is better?
Sir, actually, I don't consider myself as a very worthy person to decide it whether both of these great colleges are which one is better in both of them. But what I will say is I am happy and absolutely satisfied here.
What is the best thing about KEM?
The best thing about KEM I felt is the friends I have got there.
Are you in still contact with them?
Yes. I am in still contact with Aryan, Vedang, Mohit.
The worst thing about KEM?
The congested life, according to me.
You have lived in the KEM hostels?
No, actually, for first year they don't allow hostels.
Okay.
We have to live by our own self.
So infrastructure-wise, this college is not better.
Infrastructure-wise, AIIMS Nagpur is far better than KEM.
But I don't think academics here lack anything. Do you think that our academics are superior or inferior to compared to other medical colleges?
What I have discussed with my friends who are in other GMCs, the academics in the AIIMS is really better.
And about other AIIMS, do you have any idea?
I have an idea of AIIMS Bhopal, but in comparison to them too, our academics is still better.
Okay. The best AIIMS in India is AIIMS Delhi, and they reduce their academic timings. Like ours is from morning 8 to evening 4, even after second year finishes. But in several other colleges like AFMC, AIIMS New Delhi, and other AIIMS, I don't know about others, but they reduce their timings so that people could self-study.
Yes, yeah. It basically happens after the sixth semester when the academic section is loosened in some of the colleges, but not in AIIMS Nagpur. They actually follow the strict model of academic section starting from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the evening.
Do you think that personal time is compromised in this?
The amount of time that we would be getting for self study is compromised.
Do you think that the extra time which could have been given by the institute to us could be utilized in extracurricular activities like learning a new skill, starting a YouTube channel like I did, or learning a new sports?
Yes, sir, absolutely. The time, time becomes a major factor in the medical college when it comes to the academics or other sections as well. And also, the perks of being in AIIMS Nagpur is also is that you get to enjoy a lot of facilities of sports as well. Means we have cricket ground, football ground, also badminton, TT. The variety of sports available here and are really commendable, and we could really improve in it.
Was AIIMS Nagpur your dream college?
AIIMS Nagpur was not my dream college. My dream AIIMS was AIIMS Bhopal or AIIMS Delhi.
But do you regret taking it?
No, not at all. Actually, now when I speak to the juniors or my friends over there, I'm actually very happy of being in AIIMS Nagpur.
Do you think it's the best in Maharashtra?
Yes, of course, it's one of the best.
Okay. What is the best thing about this college?
The best thing about this college is first point, its infrastructure. In initial days, it matters a lot to the people, the infrastructure of AIIMS, and later on, the second point is kind of amenities that they provide to the students, such as from the second year itself, they provide students with this a single room with attached washroom. Also, along with it, they provide Wi-Fi.
Do you think Wi-Fi is a deciding factor? Earlier we were talking about the time that we medicos are getting less. So can you share some time management tips or certain tricks and tips which you use to study effectively in class 11th and 12th, and also after completion of your NEET exam and getting into a medical college?
Not very specific time management study, I should rather say, which I followed. But I do follow Pomodoro technique in between whenever I feel.
What's the time that you spend in one duration?
So my attention span has now become very less because of frequent use of that are short-term videos or reels. The time span which I use is 45 minutes of study and 15 minutes of.
And how many sessions did you take?
I usually do 5 to 6 sessions.
What do you think is the current NEET situation? Like now there is a lot of saturation, as you know, 24 lakh people nearly give NEET every year. In our times, it was not like that. In my time, when I gave NEET and AIIMS UG exam, which was a separate exam at that time, very less people, like I think the number of JEE aspirants were more than number of NEET aspirants 1 or 2 years before. But now many students are blindly following others and giving NEET. Do you think that there is a lot of saturation in that, and do you think becoming a doctor is a good choice?
Sir, it is the obvious fact that MBBS demands a lot more efforts than NEET UG, and it's the proven fact that every medico will tell to you. What is the current situation of NEET? It goes like the number of aspirants are increasing day by day. Of course, there are many people who are wanting to be a doctor, who are wanting to be a good doctor for society. And as you have mentioned that there is a shift. There is a shift from JEE to NEET in this recent 3 to 4 years. So as number of aspirants increase, the kind of competition for the single seat is also increased.
Do you think that after some years the person who scores 720 out of 720 will not be able to get CT names Delhi?
It could happen, but it's the one of the thing that should not happen at such a major national level entrance come
The
exam.
entrance exam paper should be little difficult according to me. Like no one should be able to score above 650. That way the competition, the marks will be appropriately decided.
Yes, sir. I totally agree with you.
MBBS studies are very hard. Did you felt any stress in your first year?
It was our first internals, I guess. It was our first internals. But the kind of syllabus we have been bombarded, that kind of anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry, that we are not able to segregate that what should we read or what should we not. Everything seemed very important to us. But as the days pass by, as we move on, we get to know that how the segregation has to be done in these subjects. But at the first hit of moment, it do takes a lot of efforts.
What do you think is different between NEET UG and MBBS?
The main difference is the kind of stress a child bears when he is preparing for NEET UG. The person thinks that this is NEET UG and this is what. So only if I clear this NEET UG exam, so only then I will be worthy enough in society. So that kind of stress a child bears in NEET UG. But once after entering into the MBBS, sense of security do.
Do you faced any stress while preparing for your NEET?
During my preparation phase, yes, I do have faced stress. Actually, because of that lockdown kind of thing, I was very lonely.
Did lockdown help you or it put you at a disadvantage?
So actually, lockdown did both things to me. The stress occurred because of that solitudeness, and also I am a person who actually believes in self-study. So both things went hand in hand.
Okay. Have you made any new friends after coming to MBBS?
Yes, of course. That's one of my. Actually, I should say I am fortunate enough to have such good friends in my life.
What is the one tip that you would like to give to a NEET aspirant?
It is basically based on the stress the student bears when he is preparing for NEET UG. So I would say just don't judge these exams. Don't judge this exam as a worth of your life. Just study in the pattern of thinking that ठीक है अगर नहीं भी हुआ तो अगले साल हो जाएगा. एक कुंभ का मेला तो नहीं है कि बस जस्ट 12-24 साल से आएगा. Just we will try in next year.
How did you prepare for physics?
Just first read theory and then do numericals on it.
How many questions per day do you think is the best?
It depends on the preparation phase. At the end of the preparation, it should be around 100 questions.
Per subject? Okay. What about chemistry? How did you prepare for it?
Chemistry, actually I prepared it from my coaching classes. They actually took it very nicely.
Okay. And biology?
Biology, everyone knows NCERT is the Bible of biology for NEET students.
Worst difficulty that you faced in NEET?
Actually, I am not able to remember that kind of difficulty I faced.
What is your favorite subject right now?
My favorite subject is ortho.
Do you want to become an orthopedician?
And not yet decided.
Okay. So we will now play a rapid fire round. You have to answer in one word or one line. And you have to answer quickly without thinking. Any ragging experience?
Yes.
What was the ragging experience?
They told us to imitate one of the professors.
And did you read it?
Yes.
Relationship status?
No comment.
Okay. Favorite memory of this college?
Halucia 2023. When I won a medal in the badminton.
Your best friend?
So I can't pinpoint at one person, but we are a group of 6 friends, so all of us are good friends.
Worst subject in MBBS?
What I feel is biochemistry.
Biochemistry, okay. If you had to choose one subject for your post-graduation, what would it be?
Right now, ortho.
Your worst memory in medical college?
Thank God, sir, but I don't have any worst memory.
At least there would be one, a bad memory.
Bad memory is one of our senior professor yelling at me in front of classes.
Last question from my side. Did you enjoy today's session?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
And what is the one message that you would want to give our audience today?
I would like to specially mention for the NEET UG aspiring students. Just I would like to tell ki don't regret for the past and don't be so anxious for the future. Just be at the present moment and enjoy your journey.
Okay, that's a good message. Thank you so much for coming to the podcast.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me here.
If you want to see more such informative podcasts, like this video and stay tuned to the channel.
And do subscribe.